Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I'm with my girl. Did I make a mistake?
No.
Okay. I'm with my girl Cherise today. Please, if this is your first time on my channel, don't hesitate to hit the subscribe button. You can like, comment, feel free to be yourself on my channel. There's no judgment here, okay? So yes, this is my beautiful friend Cherise.
Hi guys.
It's so lovely to have you here on the channel.
Thank
and
you.
Cherise is actually the term a lot of people use to call in most countries as colored.
Yes.
How do you feel about that?
Well, you know what people say about coloreds, and it's just a lot of mess, but at the end of the day, coloreds are not the same, so I'm a good colored.
Whatever that means. Okay, so yeah, so there's a misconception about the colored people, especially in South Africa, and Cherise happens to be with her partner actually is African. So tell us, Cherise, we're curious, how is it like being with somebody who is pure African? I know you're part African, but how is it like being with somebody who is pure African? What is the relationship like?
Well, Missy, all I can say is it's interesting and it's sometimes very complicated.
Okay, do you think you guys get along good?
Not always. Because why I say that is because the language barrier, sometimes the misunderstandings, like we speak English, but his accent sometimes it's like
Interferes.
yes.
Okay, so now the ideology in South Africa, like there's a lot of xenophobic ideologies about foreigners in South Africa, and then here you are. You're not just a typical, like, you're not just a black South African, you're a colored South African, and then you're with a foreigner actually. So how does that have any effect on your relationship at the moment?
Oh yes. When the xenophobic attack starts, Missy, I panic because I'm not only scared for myself, for my safety and my 2 kids' safety,
Yes.
but for his safety as well, because at the end of the day, when you love someone that much, you are scared for their life.
That's true.
But because I love this guy so much, I don't even let him go out, because not that they're gonna hurt him or anything, but I'm scared. For him, if anything can happen to him, what's gonna happen to our kids and what's gonna happen to me? So it's a scary thought.
But do people discriminate against you for being with a foreigner?
Oh yes.
Well, like what kind of things do they say to you just because you're with a foreigner?
A lot. They'll be like, when we walk in restaurants and malls, they'll be like, oh, how can a beautiful girl like this be with an ugly guy, black guy like this? And but I don't let those things get to me, because at the end of the day, that's what I like.
Yeah.
That's what I love. I love the guy. So whatever they say, honestly speaking, I could care less. Like, I could care less. I love my man so much. Whether he's black, whether he's foreign, it doesn't matter. You understand? At the end of the day, he's the one doing for me. He cares for me. So why wouldn't I care for someone who cares for me and our kids?
Exactly. Yes.
Skin does not matter. It doesn't matter whether you're black or white. Everyone should be treated with respect and equally.
Wow. So I would say that your happiness is your priority, right?
Yes.
If as long as you're happy with him, you can go through all the difficult moments,
All the ups and
together.
downs.
Well, that's pretty amazing. So what kind of advice you have for women out there who are with foreigners and they're having a difficult time? And what advice do you have for the colored girls out there who are scared of going out of their comfort zone to be with somebody who is not colored, and also somebody who is also from another nationality?
Okay. So I will say, all of us, whether you black, whether you white, whether you colored, we all have our pride.
Exactly.
But at the end of the day, do what's gonna make you happy.
Yes.
Whatever people say, do you, baby. Don't even be scared. Like, do you?
Yes, girl.
To make you happy. That's all that matters.
Yes.
Whatever people say, let them talk. At the end of the day, you are not their responsibility.
Exactly.
They don't care for you, but all they can say is bad things. So the advice I will tell people that's dating foreigners, you have your pride. Be proud to be with your man or your woman, because at the end of the day, it does not matter. What makes you happy is that foreign person that you are with, and care less about what people say about you. I mean, like, come on, this is you and this is what you like, so do you.
I think that from what she's saying, she's actually trying to say that that you shouldn't be afraid to go out of your comfort zone.
Exactly.
You should feel confident enough to go out of it. Actually, you should even be happy to experiment, to try other people.
A lot of
don't
things,
just relax in your own space just because you feel that, okay, well, I'm different, I must be. Because the problem with a lot of people is that they like to be like, oh, like I notice a lot of black people like to be with black people, a lot of colored people like to be together, a lot of white people like to be together. And then when any of these people decide that, no, I find another person who is out of the norms for me, much interesting, much desirable, people now try to make it very difficult for that person. I'm sure you've had nasty comments. I'm sure you've had lots of attacks from people, right?
A lot.
So like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, don't even care about what people say. That's what people do at the end of the day.
How do you want them to handle this? Like you're strong enough to block out that. But there are people that are so soft. They don't have the courage to be able to block out all this negativity. So how would you suggest to them to go about this? Would you say they should do it secretively, or what would you suggest to them?
No.
Because I'm sure when you started, you were not this bold, right?
Well, I was never bold. I was the shy kind of person. But when I met my hubby, when I met my love, I learned to be more stronger, more, it taught me how to deal with situations, in which before I met him, I was just that kind of person that goes with the flow. Like, when people say things to me, I'll just let it go. But no, when I met my man, because he's African, I had to learn to attach to the situation. But what I say is, for those who are so soft and can't deal with the bad comments and the pressure and all that, I mean, you're gonna get there. It takes time. It takes time.
Okay, I was trying to ask something. Actually, like, there was something interesting that came to my mind. I think I forgot. but no, because what you're saying, it does make a lot of sense. You understand?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember what I wanted to ask you. So now you know how it is. Like, there's this ideology about colored people. Most of them, they end up doing drugs and going the other way and all of that. So people just have that ideology that, oh, if he's colored, he's doing drugs. If he's colored, he's got weapons and all of that. Now, do you think that the fact that you are with this guy, this man, this husband of yours, do you think that it affected you in a positive way and prevented you from maybe falling into the trap of drugs or anything of sort that would have destroyed your life?
Okay, so first of all, I get that a lot. And there was even an incident where, because he's African, not only African, I'm proud to say that he's a Nigerian, first of all.
Ooh,
he's a Nigerian, okay? He's my Nigerian,
right?
Yes. So there was this incident, because I'm a colored, you know what they say about Nigerians and you know what they say about colored people.
Yeah.
So me and him, when people see us together, they think this is a bad combination.
Wow.
But it's actually not a bad combination just because I'm colored and he's Nigerian. There was actually this incident that happened one day. Someone sets him up. The person knows that he's dating a colored. The person knew me. The person knows him. The person actually went to the police and set him up and said he's selling drugs, and the colored girlfriend that he have is doing drugs and he's selling it.
Did you
so
hear
guys,
that? That's some
was
strong allegations.
yeah, it was bad. because these police people came in, they destroyed our apartment, you know, looking for something that's not even there.
Can you imagine?
You understand?
Can you imagine?
But it was bad, and yeah, I get that a lot, especially being a colored, dating a Nigerian. It's like a horror movie.
Well, that's another story for another day. Talking about being a foreigner, or especially being a Nigerian in South Africa, is very challenging. So what she's trying to say is that, imagine her situation, being a colored and then being with one of the most hated nationality in South Africa, and it must be very, very toxic and difficult for you.
It is.
Well, Sherry, thank you so much for sharing your, your own ideas, for sharing your story. And I hope this really helps other people who are scared to try things just because they are worried about what people are going to say. You look at her, she's beautiful, she's glowing,
And it's my man
you see what I'm
that's
saying?
giving me this glow.
Yeah. So, well, thank you for coming,
Thank you for having
I
me.
look forward to having you another time again.
I hope
Until
so.
then, cheers.
Cheers.
All right, bye.
Bye.